I'm showing you a asterisk example. This example deal with speed and distance and time. So for some of you, maybe this one is a little bit difficult currently. Okay, but it do appears in Sec 1 exam. Okay, so I think in the primary school you might have learned a triangle that relate this speed, distance, and time. So this is trying to get you the formula like speed is distance over time. S stands for speed, D stands for distance, T stands for time. So in primary school, you might have gotten this. Then time will be distance over speed, and distance will be speed times time. So in primary school, primary six, maybe you have done some of it in this way. But right now, we also be doing something like this, but we are doing it in terms of algebra. So I know it's not going to be easy, so just slowly try to relate. Subsequently, later on, there will be another section that we spend quite a bit of time on speed, distance, time, and eventually it will lead you back to this one first. Okay, so let me show you an example. Okay, let's talk about part A first. So part A, Mr. Ben cycled a distance of X kilometer and the speed is 25 kilometer per hour. I'm supposed to write up an expression in terms of X for the number of hours cycled. So all in all, it means I need to know the time. And the time is in algebra. So if you're going to be doing this, you explore first. The distance is X. The speed is 25 kilometer per hour. So if I would like the time that Mr. Ben cycled, so the formula is distance over time. The distance is X. The speed is 25. So you will get X over 25 hour. So that's how we answer part A. Okay, let's talk about part B. Part B, another person, Mr. Ma, cycled 5 kilometers less than Mr. Ben. So if you compare the distance, Mr. Ben is X kilometer per hour. Mr. Ma is lesser, so it should be X minus 5 kilometer. And Mr. Ma has a slower speed. The speed is only 20 kilometer per hour. So, and we are also interested in the time spent by Mr. Ma cycling. So it's the same formula, distance over speed. So it's this over 20. So that will give you X minus 5 over 20 hours. So that's how I answer part A and part B. So I'm using this formula. Okay, then then this part here is the critical one. We're going to form an equation. Mr. Ben cycled 30 minutes lesser than Mr. Ma. It means the time taken by Mr. Ben is shorter. So this one is the shorter timing. And this is the longer timing. Shorter timing, longer timing. So the difference is 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is, you need to convert the 30 minutes to half an hour. Because the timing are all in hours. So the difference between Mr. Ben and Mr. Ma time is 30 minutes. So take the longer timing, which is Mr. Ma, subtract the shorter timing, that will be half an hour. So this is your method mark. So you need to solve for it. So this is what you have been learning quite a lot previously. So you need to solve this. So, okay, remember you learn about how do you combine fraction. So you need to make same denominator. You need to make same denominator. So I'm trying to make same denominator. So that was the thing that you have been practicing. Okay, make same denominator. Then you got a single fraction. And then you can cross multiply. Then you can cross multiply. Okay, so I'm going to simplify first. I'm going to simplify before I cross multiply. So still remember your cross multiply. So you cross multiply, you will get 2 bracket equal to 500. Open up and do your normal solving. So I know this can be quite difficult for some of you, but you got to try. Try harder now so that things will be easier for you. So you need to make same denominator. Same denominator, then get you to single fraction. So the purpose is to get single fraction. Then eventually you cross multiply. The steps are always like this. So make sure you do not have any mind block when you're executing the steps. So it should come very smooth to you. Okay, so once you get your x equal to 75, you already answer the question. You already answer the question of solving. So this is the solving part. And you're supposed to find the distance Mr. Ma traveled. So where is the distance that Mr. Ma traveled? Mr. Ben traveled here. So Mr. Ben cycled 75 kilometers. So that's it. That's how you form an equation with fractions. And then you got to execute your fraction technique. Make same denominator so that you can get a single fraction, so that you can cross multiply and eventually you solve. So the process is still the same. It's not like something new, but it's just that in this context, it may be a bit new to you, but it will be quite repetitive after a while. Okay, so I know this one may be a bit difficult to some of you. Try to understand. If this is the first time you see this, of course, it's quite big to you. Eventually, you must feel okay. Okay, so this part, there will be some practice subsequently.